Lord have mercy. All right, what's up? What's up, YouTube? We are back with another video. I want to say, how y'all doing? Man, I had a very eventful day. Worked 8 hours. You know, it's time and a half for the holidays. So I said, hey, let me go ahead on and work these hours and we can get this show started. And I said, work these 8 hours, and I came about, and we did that. Also, too, I highly suggest you all go listen to a show that I did on stage here entitled Wiley. What did I entitle that station head show? Give me a second while I bring that up. It was entitled do I have it right here? Give me a second. I want y'all to go there. Don't play with Wiley. That's what I put on there. Don't play with Wiley. And we definitely showed that on our show. And it was a lot of people in there listening. And I was in the break room. People was looking at me weird, like, where is he talking about? Because I didn't feel like walking outside. And I literally just did that show to talk about don't play with Wiley. You know, you don't play with me. I'm not the one to be played with. All right. So that was a good show. So make sure y'all definitely go check it out. I went there. We was it's about 8 o'clock, and I highly suggest you all click the notification bell over there on Station Head because you get the notifications and stuff like that. And then also you have to follow me on Instagram. Some of y'all not following me on Instagram because we posted it on Instagram that we was over there. It was a lot of people in the chat, you know, enjoying the fact that I went live, and I said, oh my gosh, here we go. Went there, and it was just so many people, and I was giving my thoughts about everything. And I'm so glad that I have a listening ear of people deciding to come over and stuff like that. I'm just talking, giving out little announcements. Also, too, for our Vegas meet and greet that we're going to be doing for y'all can meet me and stuff. We up to about 15 people. So I don't know if 15 people are going to show up. Just about 15 emails that are coming. So just send an email and then we'll send you the hotel that we're going to be at. And those dates is August 26, 27, and 28. And so it's going to be amazing. Bring your money. Don't come there broke. Because I'm going to be gambling as well as going to the casinos gambling. And also I will be, you know what I'm saying, going to and get me some edibles. I'm definitely going to be doing that. I have to go and get some edibles and stuff like that because it's just needed. I will be doing that on my own time. It is definitely needed. So I was like, okay, I'm already putting money away for the trip. And so I highly suggest if you all are coming to Vegas, put money away, put money aside so you don't have to wait to the last minute that you're going to Vegas. You know, so don't wait to the last minute because of Vegas. I definitely want to say that again. Don't wait to the last minute. Okay. Because if you wait to the last minute, you know, prices go up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being 100% on that. Prices do go up when you wait to the last minute. So definitely don't do that. And so if you have any questions about Vegas, you can email me personally at Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. Give me about a day to answer because I do answer other emails and I definitely will answer your question. So, but those are the days. So a person already booked their room, they booked their flight, and they ready. I'm saying, oh my gosh, you didn't beat me to getting stuff together. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to definitely be on it. Give me a second. So I don't know how many people is going to be coming to see us in Vegas, and this won't be my first trip, um, and it won't be my last. So I'm definitely doing that because um, I just want to meet the producers. And I was in Vegas last year with a couple of content creators, and I said, hey, I want to go back and do my meet and greet in Vegas and meet up with the producers. And so the Usher tickets is still pricey, so I'm gonna just give y'all the price for the Usher tickets, and then I'm gonna send an email. And so if we all want to sit together, you must, you know what I'm saying, let me know that you want to go to the Usher concert, and we will make arrangements for that. So we can all get the tickets and sit in the same row. Because if we all go together, that'll be good that we all sit in the same row, because Usher is doing a residency in Las Vegas. I just want to let y'all know that. All the people that's coming in the chat for that, we're talking about Vegas first. I just want to get that out because I get so many questions about it. And that's on August 26, 27, and 28. So I'm definitely want to make sure that we get that together. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. So people are in here. Make sure y'all come in here. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. We just making sure people come on in here, so we don't have to repeat ourselves. And also too, we was watching the versus battle with BB and CC and Mary. I didn't like it because let me tell you why I didn't like the versus battle. Because they were singing over a track. I really thought they was gonna have musicians and sing with the musicians and sing live. I don't like it when you sing it over a track. It's so boring. I like it when you sing live, and you know what I'm saying, you sing live and we rejoice that you're singing live. I don't like it when you are singing over a track. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't like that. I personally don't like that. So I just personally don't like that when you're singing over a track. I like singing over a DJ and you're singing with your vocals. I like it when it's live. You know what I'm saying? So I like it when it's live. A lot of people didn't know it was a versus battle because everybody is back doing what they're doing. People are not going to the people are not going and waiting at home. People are going to the clubs now. They're going outside. They are literally outside. The versus battle was good when it was the pandemic. When the pandemic was going on, that's when the versus battle was popping. When the pandemic was going on. But other than that, ain't nobody really checking for the verses like they used to. When the pandemic was coming, they was getting hundreds of thousands of views. I mean, no, millions of views, and now it only got like 71,000 people currently watching on Instagram. So outside has been open, so people is outside, and they're not really about going to a versus battle. All right, let's get to our first topic of the day. Let us talk about Erica Banks. Erica Banks is back in the news, you guys, and she's calling out the queen, saying that why is Nicki doing the songs with people that can't rap? And she was hurt that Nicki Minaj blocked her on social media and all this stuff going on. So she was doing an interview, and all the bars just went live. They talked about it. They dragged Erica Banks. People was in my DMs. When you gonna talk about it? And I went on Erica Banks inside her story. She said my numbers went up. I'm gonna give y'all something to watch. Then Erica Banks said she posted on my off day, I'm trending on Twitter. So she literally was coming at, Nicki Minaj, the queen. Now, you all remember a couple of months ago when Erica Banks got blocked by Nicki because she agreed to a comment that's saying that Nicki wouldn't jump on a feature with that artist. So she liked a comment about that, and Nicki Minaj blocked her. So now Erica Banks doing interviews to dragging Nicki. Let me tell you this. And personally, Erica Banks, and I want to say this with love because I do follow you on Instagram. You do like some of my comments in the DMs because I just sing your praises of the different records that you write or that you on. But I want to say this: you are nothing but a clout chaser, and you're trying to gain clout off of Nicki Minaj. Where's your album? She came out and said all these artists can't rap. So Coi Leray came out and posted some laughing emojis, and she was, and then Erica Banks said, "Oh, your album is not selling." Throwing shade at Coi Leray, but at least Coi Leray do have an album out. Erica Banks, you talk a lot of mess. You still haven't released an album. You talk a lot of mess. You still haven't released a full project where people can contribute and buy. You have not done that. And for you to say, hey, you want to work with Nicki Minaj, let me tell you, working with Nicki Minaj, you must have an album out. You must have some singles, not just one gold single, bust it, and you must not have the same rap, flow that you have on all your songs. All of your new songs is trying to duplicate the busting era. That era have passed. We need something new. We need something fresh. We need something that is going to R us and just amaze us. And when we look at your music, you're not really amazing us. You're not really shocking us. You're not really making us move. You're not really making us want to bump anymore. You know what I'm saying? Though you going on tour, but you on a 360 deal. And let's be clear, your label with Carl Crawford is not really good. They don't really pay the girls like that. So I don't know how your deal is. You probably need to see the expense reports and saw all of that. And you just doing this beat for Nicki. All you have to do is wait your turn. Be patient, because you can't say on one hand, I'm a fan of Nicki Minaj, but when Nicki Minaj didn't jump on your album, a song, because you ain't got an album out, you want to drag her. If Nicki Minaj is your friend, a person that you're a fan of, then you should be a fan of her. Not get mad because you didn't get a feature. Wait your time. You at the end of the line. There's other girls that's more profitable than you, Erica Banks. You the one that's trying to get things done to your body. You eat these barbecue ribs, you be eating these boneless wings in the middle of the night, gaining weight, and not really focus on your music. If you spend half of the time doing interviews and half of the time putting in the studio with original music or songs that pop, then maybe Nicki Minaj will call you or DM you and you will get on the record. People is being exposed of being fake barbs, and it's a lot of fake barbs. It's a lot of fake barb pages that only promotes Nicki Minaj because they want to click in the view from the barbs. They're not really cool with Nicki Minaj. They only want to get some support from her. And that's where it goes. They want to get an interview or they want to get a feature. And Nicki Minaj is one of those type of artists. And then also you have to understand, you do have Carl Crawford, which is another clout chaser. So he probably told Erica Banks, do an interview, call out Nicki Minaj. This will make you this will bring traction to your page. This will bring traction to your singles. People will buy your stuff. Make sure you drag her. But Erica Banks, if you about that life, and see, this is what I want to say. When you said that she's jumping on songs that people is not on, that people can't rap, and I clearly want to say, and they kept saying, name the artist that can't rap. You were scared. You didn't even name the artist. So if you really about that life, then name the artists that can't rap. Name them. Name the artists that you feel as though that the songs that Nicki Minaj jumped on that can't rap, name them by name. Don't give no subliminals, because if you are really about that life, you will say, you'll put an address on it. So don't be phony and fake and talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. No, we don't know who you're talking about. Who you talking about? Make it plain for me, because I was in special ed. So you really gonna have to make it plain for me. Let me know, who are you really talking about? Because obviously you wasn't really a real fan of Nicki Minaj. You was only kissing her butt to get a feature. And once you didn't get that feature, you went on and then you burnt that bridge. Now that's a bridge that you actually burnt, a bridge that you could have had, a possibility you could have had with Nicki Minaj. But because you was thirsty and because you couldn't wait your turn, you liked the comment and you got blocked by the queen. And now you're doing an interview and stuff like, don't end up like Lil' Kim, bitter and nobody buying your music. Because we seen how far that got with Lil' Kim when she was dissing Nicki Minaj, when she would do these interviews about Nicki, and her album sales dried up. So they got so bad that Lil' Kim released a mixtape on PayPal. You don't want to end up like that. So I highly suggest you stop talking about negatively about Nicki Minaj and actually learn from the queen and learn how to mix up your flow and learn how to get some better songs and work with some better producers. And then we can have that talk about Erica is up next. But right now you're just bitter. You're a crybaby and you're mad and you're upset because Nicki said no. And then you do these interviews, you're doing these interviews the only reason why they got you on the platform, not because of your talent, not because of your music, but a beef one party beef, because this is one party, it's just you beefing with yourself, that you have a problem with Nicki Minaj. So of course you're going to get interview requests just to diss Nicki Minaj because it's a hate train. You do have a hate train that is out there about Nicki Minaj, that diss Nicki Minaj. That hate train is still existing, and you are just a passenger on the Nicki Minaj hate train because she didn't give you a feature. I'm just saying that right there. She didn't give you a feature. And most people, and I'm going to just tell you right then and there, when you were literally on that stage saying that, I said, look at Erica Banks. She look a plain fool. No album out. I can at least expect that you had an album out, you putting this out. You don't even have nothing out that's relevant for people to consume. Yet you going on tour, but you're not going on tour for yourself. Them tour are mainstream artists, and you are a guest on them tours. You are a guest. It's not your tour. You're just a guest on the tour. So you need to learn from Nicki Minaj. And I highly suggest the road that you're going on is not the right road. Because let's be clear. If Nicki were to jump on the Erica Banks song, it would benefit you more than it would benefit Nicki. Because one thing about Nicki, she blessed the girls with a feature. She brings it. She brings millions and millions of barbs, and you become an internationally household name. But you don't have nothing that is considered to be a good deal. It's not good business to work with Erica Banks. You just don't have it right now. And don't be the girl that's fat and unattractive and bitter, because you're getting up there. All right. I just want to be perfectly clear when it comes to that. I just want to be perfectly clear. And when I saw that, I'm like, why is Erica Banks doing that? Why? Who told her to do that? Did she just hopped on the stage and just coming at the queen? I don't understand it. Why? What's the purpose of you coming at the queen? What's the purpose? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. What do y'all say in the chat? Erica Banks needs to stop and focus on her music. If she focused on her music, everything would be best. Do not be a pro, because don't feel entitled. Most of these people that get records, they worked hard. And Nicki particularly reach out to them. And it's a genuine thing. You just can't beg for a feature. And you can't get mad and say, well, you know what? I'm a blocker. I mean, she blocked me, so I'm gonna end up like the rest of these has been, and I'm gonna just come there and just come at the queen. Come on, now that's not cool. And I actually like some of your records. Roll that in Word Up. I like that record. All right, though. I like Bust It. I think that's an incredible song. I like, your Instagram, not Instagram live videos, but like when you do your videos on TikTok. I like that about you, Erica Banks. I think that you do have a talent, but I do believe that your music is it's sounding the same. Now, Toot That was definitely good, featuring Dream Doll. I like that. But I think right now, these rest of the songs that you just released, I forgot the name of it because you just released it. I think it was not Squat, or what was it? I forgot the name of the song that you just released. Hold on, let me see the name of it. So we give you a little promo. Real quick. I have to do it. Give me a second, Erica Banks. Let me type it in. What was that song that came up? Okay, and see, I'm putting your name in it to that. And Slim Waist only got 392,000 views, and you released that a month ago. So you got a little bit more work to do. Yes, you got a little bit more work to do. I understand why you doing it to the queen, because this and Nicki Minaj, you're gonna make the blogs, because Nicki Minaj got some bloggers out here that don't like Nicki Minaj. So you saying that is going to give that Nicki Minaj hate train something to talk about. And then also you got the Barty gangs that's going to push that narrative on their pages and pushing it, because I saw it all over Instagram. And so you want all that clout, but that clout is going to only be temporarily. You got to look for the long-term game. One day you may need Nicki Minaj, and then you burnt that bridge. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Now, I can understand you saying that now, and you get a Cardi B feature. I'm like, okay, you trade one for the other. But you didn't get a Cardi B feature. Cardi B ain't jumped on none of your records. And you messed up with the whole Nicki Minaj thing. I just don't understand it. Tell me, where is that good business? Where is that good business at? Where is it at? I personally don't see it. Where is your end game when it comes to that? You still haven't said anything about an album. Nowhere you have said an album. And the reason why I won't tweet you that, because you may block me. The reason why I won't leave your voice note because you listened to my last voice note because you may block me, and I don't want to get a block. But I know you are watching the Wiley Show because I know my producers are sending this over to Erica Banks and her DM because I know how messy my producers can be. So you seeing this stuff, you see when people talk about you, you Google yourself, you YouTube yourself, you research your name on Twitter and all of that. So you're gonna see this video because we're one of the only YouTubers that's really covering this Erica Banks. And I'm the only YouTuber that's black, that with the cock eye, and that's breaking it down and giving you a full-fledged education on that. All right. I'm definitely gonna break it down to it. So it's no excuse. So you do see it. So if you're in the bushes, you can jump up out of the bushes and you can just talk to me. And if I will school you and say, baby girl, go another way. This ain't the way to do it. This ain't the way to do it. There's plenty other ways you can handle the situation, but this ain't the way to do it. This not the way to do it. All right. All right. I just want to tell you that right then and there. Oh my gosh, my producers are sending me screenshots that they send it to her DM. Y'all are so messy, but I'm here for it because y'all should send it to her. She should jump into my DM. She should do that. This is amazing. Yeah, she should do that. She should jump out of the do. It is amazing that y'all send it to her. It's great because that'll let me know that y'all watching. Okay. Now, I don't think that Nicki Minaj is afraid of competition. No, Nicki Minaj is just strategic. She can't work with everybody. Golly, what do y'all want? Y'all want to work with every female artist that she got to get on? No, absolutely not. Nicki Minaj is not. Nicki Minaj has been in this business over a decade. She's not required to jump on everybody's record. She's not required just because you a female artist that she automatically has to jump on that record. No way. Absolutely not. That's unfair to Nicki that she automatically got to jump on all these people's records. Come on. That's not right. Why not call up Lil Kim? Why not call up Missy Elliott? Why not call up Foxy Brown? Why not call up Eve? Why not call out Queen Latifah? Why not call out Salt and Pepper? It's other female MCs out there. Why does it always have to be Nicki? Why not call out Remy Ma? Why not call out and work with the City Girls? But everybody want to work with the Queen. But it's a process and it's protocol. And unfortunately, Erica just messed it up, in my humble opinion. Because in this situation, she could have easily have done this a better way. She did not have to do this and expose this on her channel. It was not need be. She didn't have to do that. Only thing that Erica Banks should have done, patience, putting out good records, minding her business, building up her fan base. We still don't even know what Erica Banks called her fan base. She still didn't give her fan base a name. It's not even no Erica Banks fan pages out there that's relevant. So Erica, you got a lot more foundation building before you say, hey, I'm ready to work with the Queen. Got a little bit more groundwork to do. All right. Until you put out some more records and get more recognition, and then you can revisit that. But now you burnt that bridge when it comes to Nicki, because I don't think Nicki will work with you because you went on to the media and you did all that. Okay. So we will see how this is definitely going to play out. And I definitely had to say that. What are y'all saying? Somebody said, yeah. So make sure y'all like the video. I'm telling y'all better like this video, because if y'all want me to get to this Larry Reid, we must be at 200 likes. Come on, somebody. All right. Because y'all want to get to Larry Reid, make sure y'all like this video. Let me know how we doing with the thumbs up, moderators. Keep me updated when it comes to that. Sure, you know what I'm saying? You could definitely do a record with Queen Latifah or Salt and Pepper or Lil Kim. Because let's be clear, when you did that remix, when you did that song with Dream Doll, let me see how many views that song got. Give me a second. Let me see how many views that song got with Dream Doll. Hold up 1 second. Let me see. When you did that song with Dream Doll, that got about, because you did a remix with Dream Doll. So let me see how many views that got. Let me see how many views that got. Okay, that song with Dream Doll got about, where is it at? I was just looking at it. Hold on 1 second, you guys. That song with Dream Doll got about 95,000 views. Oh, that can't be right. It was that low? No, that's a lyric video. Yeah, I'm trying to see how many views that got. 392,000 or 9.5 million. I don't see that. 9.5 million. Yeah, 9.5 million. So that was a good, so I understand that was a good, yeah, 9.5 million that he got Erica Banks and Dream Doll. So that was some good views right there. That was some good views right there. So you could work with Lil Kim, or you can work with, well, or you could work with, Megan Thee Stallion. But I don't think Megan will work with you because people think that you are carbon copy of Megan Thee Stallion. There wouldn't be not be an Erica Banks if Megan Thee Stallion was still fans, still in good graces with the label. Unfortunately, there will not be an Erica Banks if Megan Thee Stallion would have worked out with the label with 1501. There would not have been an Erica Banks. And I'm being real, nothing against her talent, but I think that because Megan Thee Stallion sued 1501, Carl Crawford had to look for another female artist, and he found Erica Banks. She was the only one outside of Megan that popped. So if it wasn't because of that, there would not have been, uh, uh, let's be clear, Erica Banks. All right. Woo! I really, really had to cover that because I know y'all had to get it. So I definitely had to cover that. Okay. 9.5 million in 1 year. That's a lot of girls doing numbers in 1 week. Yeah. So we definitely gonna have to see how that's gonna be done. And she getting her body done. I'm like, okay, Erica, don't play with your body. Because y'all seen what happened to Lil Kim. She looked like yang yang, messing up with the Lil Kim. She messed up her whole look. I'm just saying, don't keep messing, because once you start messing with your body, then you're gonna start messing with that face, and then you're gonna become unrecognizable. Because when we look at Lil Kim, even though she just is sweet, she's one of the sweetest artists I've heard in the business. Anytime I talk to somebody in the industry, they always say Lil Kim, I'm sorry, is a sweet person, but she's unrecognizable with her face. She always a different look. I'm just being real with you. It's always a different look. Always. All right. Let's go to the next topic here. What's up? How we doing with the thumbs up? Let's get some more thumbs up here. Come on now. Let's get some more thumbs up here. How we doing with the thumbs up? Come on. Let's go. Hey. I hear some music in my head, so I got to dance a little bit. All right, y'all. Okay. Hey. Come on. Come on. We got to definitely talk about it. Here we go. I told you we gonna be we ain't gonna take too much of your time. We got to talk about Dr. Larry D. Reid. All right. Oh, it's music in my head. I really want to sing to y'all right now. Okay. Let's go. Let's get to 200. Let's go. All right. So, I say this humbly, this content I know is going to ruffle some feathers, and some people are going to be upset. But I just have to say this, man. I was listening to last night. Larry Reid went live, and he was talking, and he was addressing some things. And I want to push back because he was addressing Wiley on his Instagram live, right? He was addressing us. He said, "Why did Wiley read a text message? Because I was being accused of putting out fake news, right? I never showed the text message. I read the text message on the air, right? And left it alone, right? So Larry Reid went live and he said, "Why did Wiley read a message that I sent Tasha K?" Now he didn't say, "Well, let me call Tasha and like have this conversation." None like that in that particular live. So he decided to go live last night and talk. And he said he was the middleman between Tasha and Armon Wiggins. And he said that he was talking to Armon about Tasha because Larry Reid said he wanted Armon to see Tasha K in a better light. So according to Larry Reid, he was being a mediator between Tasha K and Amar Wiggins, according to him. Also, he was saying he was talking. He said he never got on the phone with Wiley, and that's true. I never got on the phone with Larry Reid. And he said that Tasha K is a spiritual mom, and we are her spiritual children. And he said he had a long conversation with Armon in LA. This is Larry Reid. He just explaining this and talking. And Armon shared something with him about Jason Lee fell out with him. And it was a situation that happened with Jason Lee wanting Armon to work for free. This is all Larry Reid. And he was saying, no offense to Hollywood Unlocked, but Tasha believed Armon is talented. And that Larry Reid said he's more talented than Hollywood Unlocked. And Armon was telling Dr. Larry Reid that he was being mishandled by Jason Lee. Now, mind you, this is Dr. Larry Reid confirming all this stuff. And then Larry Reid was like, well, I don't know if I told Tasha K to share the text or not. And she said, Armon Wiggins, he got on the phone with Larry Reid. This is Larry Reid. He said, Armon Wiggins got on the phone with Larry Reid and said, you would not believe that Wiley is reading the text message on his show. Now, let me pause right there. I'm hearing all of these names. Now, these people don't watch my show. They don't want to watch me. They think I'm not talented. I'm dead to them. They say all type of stuff about Wiley. But clearly, once I'm doing an episode on my show, they get on the phone to talk about the Wiley Show. But I thought you don't watch the Wiley Show. I thought that Wiley is not relevant here. So why are we having conversations about Brother Wiley? I'm not understanding that piece. So he's like, oh, you want to believe that Wiley's reading the text message that you sent Tasha? And Larry asked Tasha K, did she send Wiley the text message? And he, according to Larry, that she said to him, very apologetic, he didn't supposed to read it publicly. And Larry was like, I keep my word and I'm fair. And she said Tasha K called and was very apologetic about sending me the text message. And then Larry Reid said, well, Wiley usually reach out on Instagram. And then Larry Reid was like, well, Armon said that Tasha K did this on purpose. And then Larry Reid said, I'm not going to be the middleman. And then Larry Reid said, Wiley used to reach out to me on Instagram. And I'm surprised at Wiley because I thought he was a nice guy. This is Larry talking about Wiley. Not coming on the Wiley Show to have a conversation. Let me tell you how messy this is. Not because I feel like this. If you a pastor and a preacher and you got a problem with Brother Wiley, please come and speak to Brother Wiley and let's talk as men. But don't discuss me on your platform with your employees about me. If it's a problem with Brother Wiley, come speak to me. Hit up my DM. Call me. Come to the Wiley Show and let's have a conversation. But I feel like I feel like that's not a good spiritual choice to go on another platform talking about, I thought Wiley was not. Well, talk to Brother Wiley. And I will explain to you that I got the text message from Tasha K and I read it on the Wiley Show. But the thing about it is, I see how this play, because this is the quote unquote these millionaires trying to play for the common working class. And I see how this is being played out. These so-called millionaires playing against the working class. but it's the working class that made you become a millionaire. Okay, let's make that perfectly clear. So Larry Reid was supposed back in December when the Wiley Show was getting dragged. I was getting dragged in December. I was getting dragged by so many content creators, people that I thought was my friend. I thought we were cool. I don't consider a friend, but I thought we were cool. They were dragging me. I was getting dragged from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. I was getting dragged during that Christmas episode. I was getting set up and dragged for filth. And it was a phone call, according to Larry Reid, that they were supposed to meet up. Armon Wiggins and Tasha K was supposed to meet up in Larry Reid's mansion. And they supposed to have a conversation about their differences and trying to see eye to eye. So they was going to have a conversation at Dr. Larry Reid at one of his mansions, and they was going to have a conversation and talk about it. And then Armon, he went live. He leaked private information, said on his show, I was supposed to link up with Larry Reid, and Tasha K wanted to link up with me and contacted Larry Reid and all of that. We supposed to fly out. But what about other people like Wiley? He wanted to fly out. What about him and all that? I'm being mentioned again. And I'm like, don't keep mentioning me. If I want to get to Atlanta, Georgia, I can get to Atlanta, Georgia if I want to get to Atlanta, Georgia. Don't keep mentioning my name in this. If Tasha wanted to fly Armon Wiggins down, congratulations. We're going to sit, we're going to watch, and we are going to do commentary. Period, point blank. That it ain't going to make me sad. It ain't going to make me feel no type of way. It ain't going to make me feel bitter. I'm going to sit here like I do on every other episode, and I'm going to sit and do commentary. Period, point blank. That's not going to bother me at all. I'm going to be here and I'm going to do commentary and give a review like I've done with plenty other people that have been on Tasha K Live app. It would not be a difference if Armon Wiggins was sitting in the orange chair or if Armon Wiggins was in there with the LRLers and with Larry Reid and over there with the church folks. That it wouldn't have bothered me at all. I would have sat there and have a conversation. But I have an issue with this because y'all don't need a third party. That does not make sense. Y'all, I can understand. I can really understand if y'all met in person, Tasha K and Armon Wiggins, they met in person. They had this big fallout. They was in this big deal, and they need a mediator. I can get that. But these people never met in person. Having Larry Reid in the middle of this will only benefit Larry Reid's channel the most, because he's going to get all the clicks and views off his channel. All the donations they're going to donate to the Larry Reid channel. What are Armon Wiggins and Tasha K going to really gain from that? So I don't understand why they have to contact Larry Reid in the middle to resolve an issue. All they got to do is pick up the phone and talk to each other, because Larry Reid sent a text message saying, oh my gosh, let me send this to Tasha K. It is a strong possibility that can end up in the Wiley Show hands. I'm not shocked that it ended up in my hands, and we reported on it. Now, if it was a lie, then Larry Reid got to go back to the source that said that he had problems with Jason Lee. If it was a lie, then you go back to Armon Wiggins and say, hey, bro, why do you lie and say y'all was having issues and stuff like that y'all wanted to do a show and stuff, then go back. You go back to Armon Wiggins about that. You address Tasha K. You never asked me, hey, Wiley, why did you post the text message? You never called me. You never DM me from my number because you don't have my number, but you never DM me and say, hey, Wiley, why did you leak to? And I would have told you. I put the text messages out there because I did it for a show. It was an episode. It was a juicy story. I'm like, hey, boom. Now, Tasha K did not tell me not to post a text message. I only received a text message from Tasha after I done read the text message. But it was no text message before that say, hey, you cannot read it on the air. That never was sent until after I have already read it on the air. After I read it on the air, then I received a text message saying, Wiley, you shouldn't have read the text message verbatim. But I had to read it verbatim because it was juicy. I'm just making it plain. It was a juicy story, and it got over 10,000 hits, and those are good numbers for the Wiley Show. Great numbers for us. So people was interested, and they were interested in it. It could have easily been left alone, but Larry, the one that came out and said Wiley read a text message that I sent Tasha K. They could have easily denied it and said, we didn't send no text messages. It didn't exist, but Larry confirmed it, and everyone made me credible in all of this. Made me credit all of it. Then you're getting DMs and texts from people that works with Tasha K, associated with Tasha K, and saying that it was Armon Wiggins were never supposed to get flown out. So somebody is lying. So somebody ain't telling the truth. Because then you get people who say, Wiley, Tasha K ain't never flying out Armon Wiggins. That's a lie. Well, somebody ain't telling the truth. And I don't think Tasha K will try to fly Armon Wiggins out without telling her husband, when her husband is her business partner. That's what I'm not understanding. So somewhere in there ain't sounding right. Some in there not sounding right. Some of it sounding fishy. And some of it ain't right. But I just hope that Larry Reid would have sent me a DM and we could have talked. Because I'm a very nice guy. I'm the sweetest guys on this internet. But y'all the one, allegedly, we're planning on doing a show, and it didn't work out. Larry Reid got in the middle of it. Not saying that he was messy. His heart could have been in the right place. But you trying to get bloggers to, you know that stuff might leak out with bloggers. Their main thing is creating narratives. Tasha K is tired of Armon Wiggins dragging her every day. Dragging her every time again. She's tired of that. So of course she's going to find a way to get back at Armon Wiggins. That's human nature. If somebody keep dragging you, tired of dragging you, you're going to send something to change some narratives. That's how I look at it. And so Armon Wiggins went live. He shared some private information. Nobody's supposed to know this, but he said, yeah, Tasha K called me. Tasha K called me and she said that you shouldn't work with Jason Lee. You got more talent than Jason Lee. Leave Jason Lee alone. He's bad business. And Armon was saying, no, ain't nothing wrong with Jason Lee. Like Tasha K was trying to have him beef with Jason Lee. Now, we didn't supposed to know that. We didn't supposed to know that Armon because Tasha K was meeting up in Larry Reid's house. That was private information. So it's making Larry Reid look messy. It's making him look like a bunch, like he's in the mess. It making him look like the messy pastor. Because then you so involved in all of this, then your name being mentioned inside the mess. First of all, it was mentioned with the Kerryon Franklin, and Kerryon Franklin was supposed to get released, and John P. Key and Larry Reid supposed to get him out. That didn't happen. Then it was a lie told, and Larry Reid posted on the channel that Kerryon Franklin was driving a deceased woman's car. That wasn't the truth. Then we get into these text messages. We get into all. So it's leading to like, is this messy? Oh, is this man heart is in the right place and he want to have everybody as a kumbaya? You know what I'm saying? And what do y'all decide? And the people gonna have their own thoughts about it. But if your name is already mentioned into all of this, then that'll let me know. I don't know. Maybe his heart was in the right place. Maybe he was trying to get Tasha and Armon to be cool. But obviously, they're going to have a sit down, not on camera. They need to see, that's the problem. Everybody want to go in front of the cameras and get clicks and views, and then y'all still have the same issues and the same problems. They need to resolve those issues probably if they do want to resolve the issues. And let's be clear, everybody ain't meant to link up and be friends. And of course, I was getting DMs and messages from people saying, how would she try to fly out Armon Wiggins and not interview on her show? And the main criticism that I get from people, they say that, and my main response is, she can bring me on her show when she get ready. It ain't my show. One thing I can talk to my people every single day. If I want to get interviewed, I can interview myself. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make that perfectly clear that she don't have to bring me to her show. That's her show. That's KB Studios is her and her husband's business. They don't have to invite me down there if they don't want to. That's their choice. I'm not going to beg them. I'm not going to send them no text messages saying, hey, I need to come there and interview with you right now. I need to sit down with you right now. You ain't going to get none of that stuff about me, because what God has for me is for me. When that door is ready to open up, it will open. I don't have to force that door open. I don't. Not when I can speak to 800 people around the world that's tuning into the Wiley Show with no special guests. And I'm talking to the audience on my own with my own name. And people can be able to tune in and watch and see what I have to say. If Tasha K never bring me on her show, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to continue to be blessed. So I think people think that I really want to go on her show just to get to Armon. No, If Tasha K called me today and said, hey, I'm gonna fly you out to come on the show, that's great. But if she never had ever give me that phone call, that's great too, because I have my own show. There's plenty other platforms I can go on to get interviewed. I'm not thirsty for an interview. Never was thirsty for an interview. I'm not thirsty to go to people's birthday parties. I'm not thirsty to do that. You rarely would see me out with people. Going out to birthday parties, going out to Thanksgiving. I'm not that type of person. I like to sit at home and mind my own business. All right. Let me see. There's never going to be on camera chat with Tasha K and Armon. That's a lie. No one knew of the attempt to have a sit down in a three-way call for 4 months. None of this was supposed to be for the public, but it's for the public now. But it's all, what I'm saying is it's all for the public. Armon said what he had to say, and Wiley said what I had to say. So if I'm wrong, he wrong. We all wrong. If it was never meant for the public, but now it's for the public. But I'm going to make sure on the Wiley Show that I'm going to defend myself to make it plain, like I'm not the only one that's leaked out some quote unquote private information. Because Armon, he felt himself and he leaked out some private information. I'm going to defend myself, and I'm definitely going to defend my character, because I'm not no type of man to bring up mess. If the text message came to me, I did it for a story. That's it. They ain't like each other. Who cares? Ain't nobody that concerned about Jason Lee and Armon Wiggins working together doing a show. But I know how to make it entertaining, because I know how to be a commentator and make anything entertaining, right? So Armon put that out privately. I put out a text privately, and Armon put out something privately. But what I'm trying to understand, Larry Reid, you tried to question my character, that I'm not professional. I'm very, 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 very professional. Always. When it was a lady trying to drag Larry Reid, we was the main one defending Larry Reid. I didn't have to defend him on that platform. I didn't. But I did it because it was the right thing to do. Now, I should have called Larry Reid and said, hey, Larry, hey, I got this text message. What do you want? Do you want to confirm or deny? Do you want to confirm or deny those text messages? Do you want to confirm that it's real, or do you want to deny? Now, I could have called him and asked him, but I didn't. I had a whole lot of stuff going on. Y'all millionaires. I'm part of the working class. So I got a plenty. I don't have a staff of 5,000 people. I don't have 14 staff members. It's just all of me. So I just put the text messages out there, and I read it, and I entertain the audience. Now, once we get to a team, then maybe we can sit down, we can strategize about what can come out and what not to come out. I'm just saying. But I think Larry Reid is a good guy. But I think that he got involved with Tasha K and Armon Wiggins. He didn't need to get involved in that, because then now stuff been shared and stuff is all public. It makes him look messy. And all he wants to do is have them two come together, have a private conversation. And I know that wasn't going to work, because people are going to try to rush and try to create the narrative. The fans ain't going to rest to see them try to come together. They're going to be at it at every hand. And like the same thing with Storm Monroe and Tasha K. The fans spoke up. You should lead Tasha K. What did Storm Monroe do? Don't post Tasha K name in the chat. He stopped her name for being in the chat. So I don't think Armon Wiggins and Tasha K relationship would work, because they have said so much stuff to each other. The fans ain't going to receive that. They're not going to receive that. They're going to make sure that every chance they get, they're going to post something in there trying to create division. It's not going to last too long, because they came out for years beefing. They might become kumbaya, but I don't think their individual fan base will be in agreement of Tasha K. And I'm just being 100% real. So, you know what I'm saying? And I know my name is blocked in many people's chats. I already know that. Y'all ain't even got to tell me that. Yeah, I think Larry Reid is a good guy. I thank you so very much. I think he's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? I watch his content. I think he's one of the best to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? I just have to defend myself, because yes, I posted a text message out there, but I didn't get it out of thin air. No, I didn't get it out in thin air that it just came to me out of thin air. I got it from Tasha, and I read it. Now, I should have called Tasha, say, hey, Tasha, do you want me to put this out here publicly or not? I could have called it, but I didn't. I said it was time to go live. Went live. I had a mission, go live, break this story, get the clicks and views. That was my mindset. But if I could do it all over again, I would have been patient. And I'm like, okay, let me call Tasha and ask her, can I release this? And then I will call Larry Reid and say, hey, Larry Reid, is it possible for me to do this? I'm just keeping it plain when it comes to that. I never asked Tasha Armon to call me. I didn't ask to be in none of this. But you were a part of it, Larry Reid. You in it. See, you in it. And then that leads people like myself and other folks to create a narrative. You may be so innocent, but now it looks like you all is in the mess. Now you in it. So then when they mention Tasha K and they mention Armon Wiggins, you're gonna mention when Larry Reid up there in their business, he sent a text message to Tasha about Hollywood Unlocked that Jason Lee didn't want to pay Armon. They're gonna put you in a mess, and you could be innocent in all of this. You could have been. I want them to be at peace. I want them to be at a kumbaya moment. I want healing in the situation. But now the public is looking like, man, this is a mess. This is a mess here. We'll drop the link if you want to call in. Hold on, people. We still talking, and then we're gonna open up the chat and we're gonna open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in. So, because y'all know we do a call-in show. We only allow Larry Reid if you want to come on there. I like both Armon and Tasha. All I wanted was a call from you because we have direct dealings. But there's a be. Yeah, I could, like I said previously when you went live on your Instagram. I said, yeah, I should have hit him up on Instagram and say, hey, Larry Reid, I got these text messages. Do you want to confirm or deny that? Right? I could have done that. That's me thinking if I could do this all over again, I would reach out to you. I don't even regret putting out the text message because it was a hot story. It was juicy. Oh my God, Jason Lee didn't want to pay Armon. That just confirmed that Jason Lee don't like to pay his people. And then one of his employees, Chelsea, that used to be an employee of Jason Lee, she came out and she talked about how he didn't pay the workers, and they have to write books about him. So it was a good story, so people to be entertained. It was an awesome story. But do I have beef with Larry Reid? No. I'm too grown for that. And Larry Reid's a good person. He's a preacher, prophet. He's a celebrity gossip blogger. I like Larry Reid. So it's no beef. I'm just giving my opinion. I think sometimes when people give an opinion, they got to say, oh, we beef. Why I can't get my thoughts? They said, if Tasha never have you, the text, none of this would be public at all. It's not your fault. No, it's not my fault. And I know it's not my fault because I read it and it's not my fault. And I never released it to the public. I just read it. So y'all didn't even have to confirm that it was a text message. It could have just been laid on Wiley like, oh, is this true or not? Because many people didn't believe that it was true. Many other YouTubers were covering this and they said, I don't believe this. This ain't true. Wiley lied. But when when you confirmed that, why did Wiley read a text message I sent Tasha? It confirmed that a text message was sent. It confirmed the text message was sent. So I just feel like that I felt like I was being blamed by you, Larry Reid, and I feel like no, that's not true. Like something was sent to me and I put it out there. And then it was said to me once it was out there, then it was said, don't read the text message. You should have read the text message verbatim. That was after I already read the text message. It was already out there on the air. So give me a second. We would definitely open the phone, but I definitely had to get that clear and definitely had to talk about it. I'm gonna wind up, but I think you're being played. Oh, wow, people think I'm being played. Memory Sir Wiley said he had an exclusive and should call Larry to get clarifications, but he's just gonna put it out there so he could put it out first. Yes, absolutely. Just like other YouTubers, they put out information first. They get information and they put it out. Sometimes it don't always be with all the details, but it sounds juicy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead out there. I'm gonna put it out there first. So that's what the situation is. So give me a second. I'm gonna open up the phone lines and we're gonna allow you all to call in. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video real quick. Thumbs up. Can y'all thumbs up really quickly? Can y'all thumbs up? And we're gonna open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in. We thank Larry Reid for coming on, for giving his comments and giving his commentary. Thank you so very much to Larry D. Reid. Give me a second while I open up these phone lines. Shout out to the people in the chat. Hold on. I will drop the link, but do phone calls over here. And then we can drop the link if Larry want to come on. If he want to come on, I know it's late. I have to come through. I know it's late. All right, give me a second here. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. All right, give me a second. While it's being played. That's what y'all think. Oh man, they say I'm being played. So y'all can call in. Is Wiley being played? Call in 646-716-8447. Hold on,
Your show now. Press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 32 seconds.
All right, 32 seconds. Moderators post a number 646-716-8447. Post a number. Six 8447. They said send him the link. I'm gonna send the link again. Okay, y'all.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right, so we got somebody backstage. Who is that? I think I know who that is, but I want to make sure because hold on. I got the phone lines open up 646-716-8447. All right, anonymous. I'm sorry, Day. You want to say something? You got me on mute.
I was trying to defend you today.
Okay, thank you.
And just put me back. Just keep me backstage, cause
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the
yeah.
call. All right. All right. I'm gonna go to the callers and stuff like that. We are here. Larry owes you an apology, period. Tasha owes you an apology, period. Yeah, just yeah, because I felt like I was being blamed. I'm like, wait a minute, Armon leaked some private information. I didn't even think it to it like that. I didn't even know that it went even deeper. That phone calls I had. We were supposed to link up and do an episode, and they were supposed to tape it and stuff like that on the app. And Armon putting all this information out. I'm like, whoa! I didn't even think all that stuff existed. I'm like, okay, wow, this was amazing. We didn't even know that all that extra stuff existed. And I'm like, oh wow. What? You mean to tell me that there was a conversation in December that Armon was going to link up with Tasha and they was going to stream it live and come together? What? She was going to fly him out? Oh, man. Okay. Let's go to the phone lines. All right, no profanity. We don't do no profanity over here. I'm gonna say a last four. If you use any profanity, we're going to boot you off. You know, if you used to use a profanity, get you a notebook and a pen and write down your thoughts and cross out the cuss words. All right. But Larry Reid is more than welcome to come on the show. If he need a link, he's more than welcome to come on and speak to us. We definitely drop the link if he wanna call, or he wanna call in. Give me a second. Oh, he's gonna call in. Let me make sure I put the number in here. Give me a second, y'all. Like the video because I want to make sure he's on the phone. Okay, what's his last four? I don't know his last four. Give me a second. Let me see. I text. Oh, you on the line? But what's your last four? There's a lot of callers in here. Let me see. I think this is probably you. Hold on. Last four, 9434. Hello?
Wiley, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, this is Larry. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing well. Ah, man, this is crazy. Let me just say this first. I I didn't know that what I said bothered you or offended you at all when I was on Conscious TV show last night. So I want to let you know that that was not my intention. And if I did offend you, I am sorry for that. Um, what I was trying to explain was I just wanted a reach out from you because we have dealings. Um, you interviewed me up probably 10 years ago. So I that's all it was. It wasn't about you reading the text message because that's not your fault because if Tasha hadn't sent you the text message, you wouldn't have it to read. And then in that same interview, I made a comment and I said that Tasha shared something. I couldn't remember if I told her not to share it or not, but it was an exclusive share, which me and her had done several times, and nothing like this never happened before. I don't know why she did it, but she apologized for it over and over and over and over and over. So I don't hold it against her at all. And that's that. Armon, he shared something. He done commentary on the carry on. He was trying to figure out why would I mention a rumor because I said on my show that this is a rumor that I received after I posted about Carry On being locked up that he's connected to some dead woman's car that he was supposed to be driving. And I don't know whether this is the car he was driving or what. I put that out there. He said that he thought I shouldn't have said that at all. But I told him the reason why I said it. And I haven't said it on my platform, but just because there's so many stories connected to that. But I did go back live and give an update and explain what I found out concerning that. But my whole show was on him being wrongfully arrested and told everybody the two charges, which we can see online, those charges are there. I don't ever report anything that's a lie. So when he called me first before he posted it, I was just trying to explain how I thought you should have done and call me about that text. But you explained it. It's cool. There is absolutely no beef at all.
Yeah,
I said on
because
my
I
platform
should
several
I should
times.
have called you and I should have called Tasha. Do you want me to put this out? But I got the information. It says something that Jason Lee didn't pay Armon Wiggins. It's a juicy story. So I just read and did content. It wasn't nothing serious. Did nobody lose no money in their bank account? It was just a juicy story. And then after we read the text messages, his former employee Chelsea came in and said, "Yeah, Jason Lee don't pay nobody." So that's why I put it out. I didn't think Armon Wiggins was going to put out the whole thing about Tasha K and you supposed to be the mentor, mediator in that situation. I didn't know. It was rumors that y'all was supposed to tape a show, but that's not true. They were just supposed to sit down and eat coffee and have a session.
Mm-mm. No, all of this was behind the scene. It was not for public consumption. Nobody was supposed to know. I mean, as far as people know, they didn't even know me. Armon had a relationship, and we have for years. I guess a lot of people didn't know me and Tasha had a relationship, but that was not the case. It just happened to be that I was friends with both of them behind the scene. I don't put all my relationships out in the public. So that was never supposed to be a show, a live, or anything. It was never discussion. You said something a few minutes ago that I found interesting. That one of her employees, you said one of her employees said I was lying, or
No,
Armand was lying about.
about being flown out. He said that was a lie. I got the message said that was a lie. She never wanted to fly out Armon Wiggins for a show.
Okay. Well, I was on the phone, so I know everything, and I'm not putting. Tasha shared the text with you. Armand shared that we was talking on the phone and all that. I ain't the person to put out information if it's behind the scene. It got to be public first. So I can't. But I'm gonna say this that Armand was not lying. Let's leave it at that.
So that means the employee, somebody's lying. Because I have connection where she said she never wanted to fly Armon. That's what the employee said. So, hey, you know.
She wasn't on the phone. She wasn't on the phone at all.
So, just to confirm, it was just you, Armon, and it was just Larry Reid, Armon, and Tasha K. Them the three parties that was on the line.
According to Tasha, she was pulled aside somewhere where nobody could hear her because, Lord have mercy, I hate that you have to say this, but I can't be out here looking like I'm telling a lie and I'm in the middle of something. When I just know both of these people. They just happened to call me. I didn't ask to be a mediator, but when they started talking, I have always said to both of them that I really think that y'all are terribly talented. It would be really good for y'all to be okay. So I think that's how I sort of ended up in it. But I've been saying that for years. I've been talking to both of them for years. But that particular time after that stuff happened on Conscious platform, they called me. And Natasha asked me specifically, can you call Armon, get him on the phone? I want to talk directly to him. She asked me that. I said, okay. I'm going to go see my friend. And I called Armon first. I said, this is what Tasha wanted to do. Are you okay with that? And I think I probably had to talk him into it because he sees Tasha only as Tasha online with Tasha Cat. Well, I know Tasha as a person. And so he agreed and got him on the phone. They talked. And I listened. And just if they ever started like going left, I would jump in like, listen, you didn't hear what he said. Okay, Mama, you didn't hear what Tasha said. Let her repeat. But that happened 4 months ago. This was never supposed to be anybody's information, end up on a live or anything. This is private.
And so now it is public. And I heard that you said, hey, I'm not going to be the third party. I'm not going to get involved. Are you going to keep that up or are you change your mind and say, hey, I will be a part of it?
Nope. That's it. Because, I'm going to tell you why. And I don't know, they may get mad at me. I don't know. But I don't like me and Tasha have shared some of the most private on the biggest stories. I don't know how this happened this time because she never done nothing like this. I don't know why or how. Or maybe she have done it and it just never end up on a live somewhere. But this was totally a shocker for me. She apologized on hold nothing against her. However, I don't like it, and it will make me think twice before we share anything because I don't know what you're gonna do or how you're gonna. So I'm probably gonna make sure give a huge disclaimer: don't share with nobody. Don't tell why. Because what she told me when I called her, when Armon told me you was live and reading it, I said, Tasha, what in the world? She said, I'm so sorry. I tell Wiley everything. He was not supposed to do that. He effed up. So that's what she told me. And then Armon, he shared, this whole conversation flat out thing. So I still love both of them, absolutely. But I just don't. I don't want to be in between that, and then that they both have shared something that is private. I don't want to be in that. And if you know my platform, while I don't share nothing unless it's public.
Right. I hear you. And then I'm just saying, like, what in the world is going on with this? Because it's out here in the public. I don't think it would have worked because both of them are alphas and they both have their thoughts about the other individual, if that makes sense. They both feel like they both each other cannot be trusted. So I don't think it would ever work because clearly look at it now. And then you're trying to save their relationship or try to make them become friends again or a business partner or whatever. Now getting you in this mess and it make it seem like you're messy.
Yeah, and that's the reason why when Conscious went live about it, I jumped on this live because otherwise I wouldn't have said anything. But by that time, Armon had done told stuff that wasn't even supposed to ever be told. Before I shared that information with Tasha, I want everybody to know, and I said on Conscious TV, I asked Armon, could I share? And I sent the screenshot of my text to Tasha to Armon first before I well, right after I sent it to Tasha, I sent the screenshot. No. I read to him what I was about to send to Tasha. He said it was okay. I sent it to Tasha, screenshot what I sent Tasha, and gave it to Armon. Then they wanted 2 hours later, and it was live.
Yeah. So I'm definitely hearing all about this, and of course, you gave your thoughts about Storm, and gave all his thoughts because of course his name was been in the news as well concerning that. But I also want to say this, Larry, with Armon Wiggins and with Tasha and all of that. Why did you say that Armon Wiggins is more talented than Jason Lee? Do you believe that? Because in the text message, you said that he's more talented than Jason Lee.
You better work, Wiley. Okay, first of all, let me say it's just an opinion. It's no dig at anybody, but I've seen Jason Lee's clips on Hollywood when we have them great interviews or just little clips, but I've never watched his live. But when I saw that Armon was going to be up there, I'm like, I'll watch. And they were going back and forward. And Armon shined really, really, really good in that live. Like, dog, he done came over here and took this show over and took it to the top. So I do think that as relates to commentary, Armon is terribly talented, way more talented than Jason Lee. It's just my opinion. No difference. I say I think this singer better than that singer. That's just my opinion. I do stand by that.
Oh yeah, I agree, and I agree with that. I do. Many people agree with you about that, and I said I agree with Larry about that because I'm like the text message wasn't nothing bad. It was nothing like it was nothing bad. It was funny. It was just confirming some things that the public was already privy to. That Jason Lee don't like to pay his workers and all of that. Because we have known that from just his former employees. One of his workers had to carry a case of water, didn't get paid for parking. I'm just telling you.
So good.
So
good. See, this is you good with this. I watched you interview people. You know how to just get. You know how to get to the man.
So we already knew that, and it's just what you were saying. I'm like, oh wow, that's so amazing that people are bringing this up. But yeah, I want to say for this, I do regret not reaching out to you because I do reach out to you in the DM if something were to go on.
Yeah.
I do reach out. We don't have each other's number, but on Instagram, you do respond. You don't take all day responding. You respond like right on it. And so I regret not reaching out and say, hey, Larry, I got this text message. What's your comments? What do you want to say about this? I should have got a comment about this. I know you would have been shocked by it, but I wish I would have reached out to you and reached out to Tasha and say, hey, should I put this out publicly? I didn't do that. It was just a juicy story in the text. And I said, oh, this is juicy. I can really get some clicks and views. My commentator hat was on and not, let me be diplomatic about this situation and reach out to these parties.
I did that with Dorinda Clark Cole when I was interviewing her sister Denise. And I texted, I said, Denise said that y'all wouldn't let her see Twinkie at the hospital. And this is while I'm on the air with Denise interviewing her in that first interview. And she texted me back and everybody saw what she said and I screenshot and put it up and read it. And then she found out I did that. And she blocked me when you talk. So I've done it before too.
Right. So that was about and you posted the text. I didn't even post the text. I was just trying to tell the story. And then I just started reading and then I was trying to paraphrase, but it was too juicy for me to paraphrase and be like, so I'm just reading it directly. That's how it was. That's how I was doing right here and there. So
and that's what I was trying to get that story out too. So that's what happened. What you say now?
No, I'm listening to you. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay. I see somebody in the chat said something about why didn't me and John P. Key bail out Carry On? Well, we couldn't. He has another court date. He's still in jail, last we heard, unless somebody has bonded him out. But whoever bonded him, no. I think they told me that they can't bond him out after the 21st. He has to stay there for the gun charge court date. Now that's what I heard. And also, this is another part. and if anybody wants to jump in here and do this, they can. If we set the $2,000 for the $20,000 bill and he didn't show up to court, then now we got to pay $20,000. So I needed to be able to have a conversation. We needed to be able to have a conversation with Carry-On first to make sure, he clear on that. So we don't now jump from $2,000 to $20,000. So that's what that was. And so he has another court there.
Right. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I don't know how you would feel about the whole reporting with the Carry-On Franklin, but I would just fall on the story because it came out on your channel that he was driving the dead woman's car, and all of the media folk, they posted that as factual. And all the media people. Nobody.
And they posted it. That's right. They posted it as I said it. They posted like that's what I said, and it wasn't. If you go watch the live, I never said that.
Okay. Because I was like, oh my God, this came on. So many people were upset. Like, it wasn't a dead woman. Larry Reid lied. His credibility is shot. He's fake news. And they was saying a lot of that. But yet you said you have heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that you heard that information from somebody and you repeated it.
Yeah. And I said this, if you go watch the clip on IG, the whole live was on my channel. But I said that somebody called and said that Carry-On was questioned by the police concerning driving a dead woman's car. When I done the update, when I was eating ribs the other day, I spoke to the family since then of the deceased woman. She was living with Carry-On that was in the same house, and they allege that they think that he gave her bad drugs that made her sick. She had rented for him a rental car. That's what he was driving around in. But he ended up turning it back in because she died right before he turned the rental car back in, or right after she found the rental car. And then they couldn't find her truck. And so they thought he had something to do with that. Now, even to this day, this as of last week, cell phones are being sent to the house, in her name. Somebody has her identity. And so they think all of that is on Carry-On. So they told the cops. And allegedly, I can't verify this, is what the family member said, that the cops called Carry-On and questioned him. So that is the clarity to the rumor that I said could not be verified. And even what the family member is telling me, I don't have nothing in my hand to verify that, but that's what they said.
All right, because I said, oh, Larry Reid lied. That wasn't the case, because I'm reading the degree. All of these platforms, incredible, like the Vibe magazine, B Scott, all of these places were putting that out there that he was driving a dead woman's car, and that wasn't the case, because that wasn't none of the charges that Carry-On have been charged with.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
And I told them the charges. I told them what the two charges were. So I don't know how they mix that up.
Because it's more juicy about how Carry-On driving a dead woman's car. That's more juicy in that. Yeah. So okay, thank you so much, Larry. I think we really cleared it up when it came to this. So obviously you will bail him out if a bond is made once you talk to Carry-On. You will bail him out, or you're not going to do it.
Well, his grandparents jumped in, and they apparently don't need my help or John P. Key's help right now. But if they do, they'll call.
They probably got a phone call from the high up saying, y'all don't need Larry Reid help or John P. Key help. I think Kurt Franklin called them grandparents and said that needed, because they're dragging Kurt Franklin into this. They putting him in the headlines. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's messing up his reputation. Kurt Franklin's son. So it's just like, and then if you look at the chart in Texas, what I was reading that I got across my desk, he had a lot of like a warrant for this, traffic this, expired this. It's always something considered with the law. So his family probably tired of him, and they probably want him to take a little break and get himself together. So I can understand them coming that way towards you, and I'm glad that you pulling back and not getting yourself in no mess with that family, because getting in family mess and something. Because I think even with Sister Denise, didn't you get in that mess, and then you have to drop Denise because you figured that she wasn't nothing in the first place. You better than me with that. How to pour that in there. So
what you asked me about, I'll tell you why. Like you said, did I get in trouble? What?
with the family, because with Denise, you had figured out that she wasn't here no nothing. That everything that they were said about her was the truth, and you had to pull. You had to pull out.
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say it, but you had to pull out.
No, I did. Now, I did have to pull away. I did have to pull away, and everybody was dragging me because when her son died, she didn't have the money to bury him, and I think it was it wasn't a whole lot of money. I mean, we could have raised it on my platform to clear it, but I don't know if I shared this publicly, but it is. Denise starts spreading a rumor. She believed the rumor and spread the rumor that I had people to give to my Cash App so that I could do something for her, and I kept the money.
Wow.
So that came out of thin air. I don't know where it was pulled from. In that moment, I realized, wait a minute. Remember, I kept saying when I interviewed her those 4 parts, she ain't told me nothing that was a lie. So if you're gonna believe a lie and spread a lie, now at this point you lying. So she apologized and everything got clear. So we okay now. But that's the reason why I pulled back, and that's also the reason why I didn't do anything as relates to the son thing, because she apologized right when it was time to raise money for the son. So I was like, are you apologizing to me for that? So I go on my platform and raise it. So I'm just sitting still with her right now.
I hear you. I really, really hear you. I had to make this so about, because I remember that's. I'm gonna ask Reid about that. Yeah, yes, yeah. Well, I don't have any more questions. Did you have anything else that you want to share, Larry Reid?
I want to say this, and I've said it before on my platform, and that I watch you. I like what you do, and I have seen, man, you grow so much. You're just as good as everybody else out here. I mean, I don't know why it takes time for certain people to be pulled off the backside of the desert or to work their way to the top. Because it's been like that for me. Everybody think I just blew up, but that is not the case. And I hope that one day you'll be able to do this full time, because you do well with this, and I know you work, right?
Yeah. And it's going to happen, because when I first started out, I didn't have people watching. So now I have an audience. So it takes time. I've known plenty of people, I'm not gonna say no name, got 100,000 subscribers and getting 1,000 in viewership, 1,000 views per video. And I don't want to be like that. So we just growing organically, and it's gonna happen. My time will come, and we're very patient. And thank God for the audience that we do have. And God definitely doors are going to open up for us, and I believe that, because you got to continue to put in the work. But I can remember when I would do a show, when I interview you, it was just me and you talking, because I didn't have an audience.
Yeah.
it was just me and you. We just.
Have you heard?
Have
you heard me on my platform? Anybody come and tell you how I have said what I just said to you behind your back live?
Yes. Because I said Wiley used to, because you said Wiley used to do radio. Because I remember, because you was a gospel artist. You weren't exposed to pastors. You were singing.
Well, you know what? I'm back. I don't expose pastors. They expose themselves, and I just commentate about it.
I understand that, but when it come out, it look like you get the tea, and we go down for the tea about this pastor and that pastor. So.
Oh, wow! You know what? You are funny.
I'm just saying. You just broke this. I remember something went on with Prophet Khan, and you was like, "Why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting these people?" Because apparently he slept with a bishop's wife or a pastor's wife, and you broke that story. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so juicy," because I didn't even think that exists, a pastor doing celebrity gospel. Because I'm like, this man was a singer. You done amazing in the gospel industry. Like, you was at the Stellar Awards.
Yeah.
Your records was charted on the gospel charts, and I think people don't understand that. You was in the music, and then one day I wake up You in a lawsuit with Bishop U.E. Smith? You, you just hey, you are the church TMZ. Anything concerning with church, they go to Larry Reid. And I see people that I grew up in church, they share your stuff and they watch your content. So yeah, your reach is definitely very broad when it comes to the church. When it comes to that gossip.
Yeah, but you know, thank you, man. I don't care what they call me. I mean, they can call me gossip, column, whatever. But I know what I do, and I have helped thousands of people, and have been able to help. Man, I think I probably raised close to $1 million for other people on my platform since it's been in operation, and I accept all of that. When do Williams or gossip is fine, but I just do commentary and make people laugh. And then it spreads all throughout the church. And I hope that, I'm pretty sure as time go along that we will be able to work together and see each other. I would like to see all the only person I've seen Tasha. I did meet Armon. I forgot. I seen Armon. He was in Atlanta. Haven't seen Conscious. You know, Conscious TV. Y'all should do a show together, right?
Yeah, we still do, but we have been busy. Like we used to do Two Man and a Lady, and shout out to Katie Talk 101. We used to get into topics, but we have been busy. I know me personally, I'm working and I'm doing YouTube, so I have to fit into my schedule.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but yeah, so I haven't seen him either. You know, so there's a few content creators I would like to meet. What I'll have an idea of now. This was discussed with Tasha and Armon separately. I wanted to do a small, like 2-day conference with Black creators, and just bring everybody together. And so I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it, and you have to be there.
Yes, I'm definitely going to have to be there. I know you're going to have security there as well. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, it's good. That's actually a great idea because I remember some YouTubers back in the day, they used to call it the Black YouTube something, the Blackout or something they used to call it, and YouTube used to come together. That was back in 2009 and 2010, and YouTubers would come together before even YouTube had their own conference because Black YouTuber wasn't being considered to being profitable. So they created their own conference. So I think that would be an awesome idea. Almost definitely. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Thank you so much, Wiley, for giving me the opportunity to explain. And anything you ever need to know, even if it's on the story that you think I might know, just hit me up.
I'll hit you up, most definitely.
I just inboxed you. I just inboxed you my number so we ain't got to do the DM thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's perfect. All right. Yeah, I just said it. I saved you on my phone. Thank you so much, Dr. Larry Reid, for coming on.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
All right. Send me a text. I can save you back.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Bye. Thank you. That was Larry Reid. You guys coming on the show to explain some stuff. All right. Your gift will make room for you, right? Yeah, hold on. Let me send him a text. Give me a second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. See how God's work? You just have to be yourself. You don't have my personality. We're gonna definitely open up the phone lines. All right. I do want to put the disclaimer out there. The views and the opinions of the producers is not the views and the opinions of the Wiley Show. I definitely want to put that out there. The views and the opinions of the producers, I call my people the producers, are not the views and opinions of the Wiley Show. All right, let's go. All right. So 646-716-8447. Turn me down the back. We're gonna open the phone lines. 0235, calling you on air.
Listen, Wiley, I really think that Larry's being two-faced, to be honest with you, because he was intentionally trying to hurt you, and it's just ridiculous to me how he's trying to backtrack now.
I'm here. Anything else you want to share?
He's very messy. Him and Conscious, because I remember he was like, "Oh, since he does videos every day, why doesn't he have the money to fix his eye? Like, that was just messy, and that was unnecessary.
Wow.
It was just messy. I think he's just messy, him and Conscious.
I'm hearing you. I'm making sure you get your thought across. It's your time. So
No, but I really think that Tasha is a common denominator in all this. I think all this is her fault. I don't know what she was expecting from you when she texted you. She wanted you to put that story out there. Why would she text you that information in the first place?
I hear you. So
that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you so very much for giving your thoughts. He's okay. Larry just put in here. He said he's lying. I never said that. All right. So Larry is still listening to what's going on. Still listening, and he said Larry is definitely listening to the show. Give me a second. I think we got another caller here. All right. So if you're calling in, the number is 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live on air. All right. Not today, lady. All right. 2789, call you on air. 2789. Hold on 1 second. 2789. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me? Hello. All right, call in. So if y'all calling in, number is 646-716-8447. Thank you so very much, Larry Austin. God bless your platform. Thank you, Larry Live. Thank you so very much. And people always say, in my clothes, people always say, why Wally don't have more subscribers? Y'all got to subscribe. We're not going to beg you. You know what I'm saying? And we have an audience. And thank God for the people that do tune in and give their thoughts and opinions. And we love you. Thank you. Okay, this is a troll probably. 2098. Oh, yeah, troll. Okay. Of course, a troll. We already know the troll number. 8027.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
You don't hear any smoke detectors in the background, do you?
Won't he do it? You got some barriers in your smoke detectors.
Down on Wiley, because you know you was dragging me.
Well, it's safety concerns, so I'm glad you got that together.
Thank you. I just want to say that I kind of think it's a double standard that everybody is saying, well, why is Larry Reid being messy? He's supposed to be a man, of the cloth and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But don't you think it's kind of strange that Kerryon Franklin's father is a known minister and he's very well respected and he just gets a free pass? Nobody is saying, well, why is a man of the cloth why should it be on Larry Reid to try and rescue Kerryon Franklin? Why is his father, who has a biological tie to him, not in this, more than someone who has built a relationship with Kerryon Franklin? And let's just face it, because of the dysfunction that has happened with Kerryon and Kirk Franklin still has a duty as a father and a man of the cloth to father that child. Why is Kirk Franklin getting a free pass and Kerryon and Larry Reid is being held at the stake for starting mess or, not rescuing Kerryon and blah, blah, this? I just think it's a double standard when it comes to pastors and such, don't you?
I believe also, I don't believe so a double standard. I believe that when it comes to Kirk Franklin, he probably already bailed his son out in the past. See, we don't know all the details, because if you hear when Larry Reid came on the show, the grandparents said, we got it. We don't need your help. So they probably got a phone call from Kirk. I'm saying, what I'm saying is Kirk.
That's the way I think. In my mind, the only way it should be on the grandparents is if the parents are deceased or no longer with us or are in prison and they're not able to be there. But you just making a conscious decision not to support your son just because of his sexuality. It's trash. That's trash.
Can I say this though? How you not know if them not helping them in the past though, and they tired? How many more times you can help somebody and they keep going to jail?
As many times as it takes. As many times as it takes, just like as many times as it takes for him as a pastor to help a person who's dealing with some type of demonic spirit. However many times they come down to that prayer line week after week to pray for these people, we should have that same understanding for his son. You pray for the saints and the sinners every week. They come up here for years, weeks at a time, and you never get tired of praying and preaching and marching and casting out spirits to people who you don't know, but your own son is a limit on.
I hear you, but if you keep
if
you keep bailing out somebody and they keep going to jail, I mean, when do you stop doing that? Do you keep doing it?
You keep praying for people that every time they come down to the line, and you keep praying out this evil spirit, and they keep going over here smoking crack with crackheads, coming off in here. You don't smoke Tuesday through Thursday, then Sunday morning you want to come for me to come pray all this, but I have an obligation to the church for any sinners to come to the church, even if they come for 12 years straight, week after week. This is my responsibility as a pastor. I owe these people this because this is the collar that I'm carrying. But with my own biological son, it's limited. I'm tired. It doesn't make sense. It's not making sense to me.
I hear you, and we thank you.
It's not. I'm frustrated with that situation with this whole Kirk Franklin being given this pass, and it's all this pressure on Larry Reid where he said he was gonna get him out and he didn't get him out. That's not that man's responsibility. Kerryon Franklin has a same father of someone who has a direct relationship with God. You cannot disown this man because he have chosen to be gay or LGBT.
I don't think that's the case. I just think they just tired of him.
I'm just going off of all the video footage that I heard of Kirk Franklin and how he was. That's where I'm coming from. While I'm not,
but what I'm saying what I'm saying from my own research that he have been in trouble with the law. So if you keep getting in trouble with the law, you got to eventually lay in that bed. He's a grown man. He's in his 30s.
I think you're misconstruing what I'm saying. He does have to deal with his consequences. But like when I go, because you know me, I be on everybody, all the YouTubers. I already told you my position. I don't have to go there. I watch all of y'all. So I see the conversation that's going on. Somewhere in between me seeing the conversation and the way that the media, what I'm saying, is leading this whole Kirk Franklin, Kerryon Franklin, Larry Reid situation. I'm just telling you my thoughts. I cannot help but to think, why is someone who's as well respected as a Kirk Franklin? I don't care listen. There's obviously something wrong in the household before Kerryon even got. People don't just go out and break the law and become troubled offenders. Repeat. So there would have to be a deeper conversation. And I think that's a conversation that Mr. Kirk Franklin is not ready for. So I don't think people want to start saying, well, he's doing stuff over and over. Because just think about it. Because I know the pastor kids that I growed up around, they don't have repeat cases. And then all this stuff came out years ago about, Kerryon Franklin and what he said about his father. So let's not start saying, well, he's a repeat offender. Well, maybe something happened to Mr. Kerryon in his house that he's fighting and he's acting out. So it would be a deeper conversation needed. So Mr. Kirk Franklin, who's been given all these passes, he needs to sit down and he needs to practice that word that he has been preaching. This is why people are so scared of the church. This is why people want to sit up here and say,
all right,
girl, I ain't going to, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you. But again, I hear you. We thank you so very much for calling in. But if you keep getting in trouble,
hold on. Let me say this one thing, and I'm gonna go.
Okay, hold on. You already talked over the whole show, ma'am. We're gonna get somebody else. You have to call back in. 2789, caller, you on air.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I understand the young lady that just got off. She's passionate. I get that. Because I have 7 kids. I have 4 boys. And 2 of my boys, they kept going in and out of the system, in and out of the system. I had to make the hard decision, their father and me, and it's real hard on the mom to cut them off. Because there's other way for them to learn And, for it to come back to a full circle, sometimes you have to let them go. And whoever decides to help them down the line, they can take that help. But it's only so much you can do, because our kids is our kids to a certain extent. They're God kids, really. We can guide them as far as we can. And that's what I got to say that on that. And I see Carry On trying to change. And it's okay that Larry Reid helping him, but damn, they ain't got to put all the responsibility on that man. Or not even on Kirk Franklin. But I can see how Kirk Franklin could be set up too. I can.
I'm glad about it, yeah, because if you keep going, then the family got to keep bailing you out. Come on now.
And they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to keep doing it. As long as you know the family there, they're going to keep doing it and keep doing it. They have to. When you're in your 30s, and I understand, Muhammad Ali said something very important about a man. 50 years out of a man, it takes 30-something years for a black man to get where they're going, because, you get stared down the wrong way. But when they wake up, they wake up. But if their mama and their daddy keep helping them, that's what happens. And however, I'm done with that. Now, as far as this Tasha K and all this mess going,
okay.
Boy, I think I love me some. Tasha K grew on me. Now I love my wig. He got that it factor. I'm sorry, he do. He got the it factor, man. That's my boy. But now, because of that stuff went on with Tasha K, I started watching Tasha K, and I ain't gonna lie, I like her. I really do, but I can't see them two together. Maybe co-workers. Now I'm like you on that. That ain't gonna work, because they both got strong heads. But Tasha K, I feel like she needs to step back a minute, because I feel like she good, but I think Tasha K ain't got it together like she usually have it together. I think all this Carly B stuff then wore down. And yes, we know that she took it far. I'm tired of people saying she ain't have to take it that far. Da 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 da. She did what she did, but I think she need to just, fall back, reassess, breathe, and just everybody needs to start getting along. There's enough money out here on YouTube to not be two-faced. And I feel like Tasha K kind of got two faces. And I'm a Gemini. I know how them two faces go. But I do like her, though. I do like her, and I think she's going to come out on top, as she always do. I think she's going to come out on top. I think Armon going to be okay. And I hate for you to be in the middle. You just keep doing you, Wiley, because you growed on me, too. I like the way your personality is. I like the way you take care of people, and I want you to keep doing you.
Oh, yeah, we will.
For yourself, okay? I'm going to need you to think for yourself, okay?
We've been thinking about ourselves,
and
okay.
You. And my blessings go out to all of y'all. I love Tasha. I love you. I love everybody.
Thank
y'all
you.
Be safe and carry on. I'm praying for you, too,
Thank
man.
You. Oh.
But you got to grow up. You got to grow up, carry on.
All right. Thank you,
all right,
so much.
You have a good one.
Thank you, sister.
Be blessed.
Thank you so very much. Somebody said 999. They said, I disagree with the caller. Everyone has an opinion.
Well,
hold on. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sis, for calling in. All right. I'm going to read the super chat real quickly. She said, I disagree with the caller. Everyone has an opinion, but don't know what's going on behind the closed doors. Don't speak until you are in that position. That's true. That is so true, because you don't know. 4378, call you on air. Hello, 4378. Hello. Hello, 4378. Like people, hello. 4378. All right, we're gonna go to the next caller. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi, Wiley. It's Queen Tulsa, and I am here to get my 411 scoop. How are you?
Doing great. Okay, the topic is Larry Reid. What do y'all think about all of this with Tasha K and Larry Reid?
Well, I feel like with Tasha K and Larry Reid, they are both headliners, and they are trendsetters. Okay, they are in the topics. We are talking about them, so they've got what they wanted. However, Kirk Franklin needs to bring those tithes and offerings and show up in Texas to bail Carry On about.
He can't bail him out because he got a warrant out in Texas. We still don't know what that warrant is, and he still got a court day on the 12th. Whenever he get a bail, then they can have that conversation.
Yeah, they're going to expedite him from California to Texas, but he needs to show up. You know, maybe if he could sing a praise song in the hallway, that would convince jurors to let him out.
Well, we
What
would
are you thinking?
we would definitely see about that. Thank you so
Do
very
you think
much to
the
the
storm
cut.
is over now for Carry On?
No, I don't know. We would definitely keep him in our prayers. Thank you. Anonymous, you live on air.
All right. Hello, Wiley.
Hi.
Okay, because first of all, I'm not about to be doing like these people. Carry On needs to stay in jail because his father is not, he doesn't grow, like he doesn't raise that man. Go out and be a man, stop getting in trouble. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Tasha K and Larry Reid. Okay, first of all, now I done read Larry Reid earlier this week, but you know, I'm not gonna read him that much because he came and explained himself on the Wiley Show. But Tasha K, I got some words for you. First of all, Wiley, Tasha K's main problem is that Kelsey, because you know, Wiley, I don't think that Kelsey was gonna. I don't think that Tasha K was gonna send that message to you. But since they had Jason Lee not paying people, who does that sound like? Kelsey. So this was Kelsey. All this I'm blaming it on Kelsey. She putting herself in conversations that Larry Reid clearly said that he not talked to Kelsey. She up there talking about, oh yes, I was on the phone. It was between Tasha K, Armon, and Larry Reid. See, Kelsey is always trying to insert herself in people's business. Tasha K, that is a bad look for your brand. Fire that girl. I told you to fire that girl when she was having relations with the guest. Now, this mess right here, all this got Kelsey written behind it. Tasha K, you sent Wiley that message because you know what he was going to do. He read it just like how you wanted him to do. And so don't sit here, it was a dig at Armon. I do believe Armon in this because Larry Reid said Armon wasn't lying. And when I listened to Armon lie with Wiley, I do believe that Armon Wiggins was not lying. Tasha K sent it on purpose because she got somebody like that bad Kelsey in her ear telling her, oh, send us to Wiley, be messy so we can get some mess up. Like, do Kelsey want to be a commentator? Because it seemed to me like she wants to join in on the mess. So I'm putting this all on her. And then next thing you know, they on the app dragging Storm Monroe. So he come out and defend himself like he should, because you don't talk about him behind a paywall. Make it to the public so he can respond, you know, on a public platform to Tasha K. You and Kelsey is messy. And Larry Reid, now I'm not gonna go in on you like that because I did earlier this week, but you know, you is messy too. I said you was messy. Now, Wiley, that CTV is another messy one. And I've been listening to you for a minute. Now, that person is jealous of you. Very jealous of you. That channel is jealous of you. You should have saw all the slick shade they was throwing on that channel yesterday or last night when she was talking to Larry Reid. Now, Larry Reid, I did hear that y'all probably was trying to do like a little fundraiser for Wiley. You can't say you didn't say that because yes, you did. Yes, you did. But, you know, I think it was genuine coming from you. But Kelsey fired. Tasha K, watch her. She's going to be the next one. And Wiley going to be on YouTube making videos about how Kelsey and Tasha K fall out next because she is the puppet master in all this. Now, good night, Wiley.
All right. That was Sister Conservative. Y'all know she going to call in and give her thoughts. Oh, man. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi, Brother Wiley.
Hi.
So I know that you are steadfast in your support for Tasha K, and I would never try to dissuade you to be anything other than a supportive friend to her, if that's how you so choose to be. I just encourage you to do it with care. I'm literally going to talk to you like I would talk to my homies. Like, please, just listen to me. Have an open heart and open up. Lend me your ears. Okay. So, at Christmas, you and Armon were doing well. I remember you guys were almost kind of commiserating about Tasha when you both were having your beef with her, but you guys were in a good space. Then you reconciled with Tasha, and then slowly by slowly, week by week, your relationship with Armon began to chip away. And that was all, I think, because of your fierce support in defending Tasha. Nothing else, just you supporting Tasha drove a wedge between you and Armon. And the whole time she's trying to link up with him while you're defending her. And so your relationship with him continues to suffer. And she's trying to build a connection and not tell anybody. And I don't think Chelsea knew about it either. I really don't. I believe that when Armon says nobody knew about it. I think Chelsea didn't know because Chelsea was in the chat. If you recall, I pay attention to everything. Chelsea was in the chat when this whole conversation was going on, when she was reading Armon. Tasha jumped in the chat to say, Chelsea, get out. We have an interview to do. But Chelsea never left. So apparently there was no interview that was really going on. I think Tasha was trying to pull Chelsea back because she knew that the whole time she was trying to link with Armon and was trying to keep everything on the low. So what I would encourage you to do, Wiley, is support her, but support her. I don't want to say quietly because I can't tell you what to do, but just really do it with a lot of care. I would just say proceed with caution. And then the other point I wanted to make was yesterday, I think it was, you were saying, or the day before yesterday, you were saying that Storm was wrong for going to Conscious to get to Tasha. Do you remember that? You were saying, why would he do that? Just call her directly. That's messy. Don't do that. Don't involve a middleman. But now we find out from Dr. Larry Reid's mouth himself that Tasha went to him to connect with Armon. So are you prepared to say that Tasha was being messy and she should not have done it?
What I'm saying is I don't understand bringing a third party in it, because I said in the previous about maybe a couple of or hour ago, why not reach out to the person directly? Y'all have each other's number. Armon number have not changed. Tasha number have not changed. So just talk to each other. Y'all both got each other number. You don't have to bring in a third party is what I'm saying. That goes to anybody. Why bring in somebody else? Because you bring in somebody else, then if it didn't work, it didn't work out, because now it all leaked to the internet. Now you got Larry Reid looking like, oh, hold up. Let me clear my name up. Listen, I was just trying to be nice. They came to me. We supposed to have the conversation. Now it's leading on to that. But if it would have been like if Tasha K would have called, and we don't know, maybe she have called or maybe Armon had called up, because if you go back to T.S. Madison, Armon called T.S. Madison to apologize. So maybe they have a conversation or had one. Who knows? But when it comes to them reaching out to Larry Reid, I don't think that should be right, reaching out to a third party when you could just call Tasha K yourself, is what I'm saying. That goes to anybody. And I've said it, and I don't regret saying that. I don't.
Okay. So I see. I get where you're coming from with this. I know you're not prepared to, right now, at least publicly, say anything disparaging or whatever against Tasha. But I will say this. The last thing I would say is this happened 4 months ago, right? Armon didn't say anything about any of this. And you know how the Bible says that like God will make your enemy your footstool? And he kind of had that position. He could have leaked this and said, look at her trying to get at me. She wants to connect with me. She wants to talk to me. Larry Reid even said he had to convince Armon to try to take a call to connect because he didn't want to do it. So now that this is leaked, and we know that Tasha leaked it to you, do you think she was being messy?
No, I just think that she sent me the information to say that I was right, and I went on and did it to my channel and reported on it. And then we noticed from Armon Wiggins' mouth that he released some private information. We learned some more information, so I did what was right because I got some information. It was a hot topic, and we did to grow the channel. I don't regret doing that. Only thing that I regret is not calling Larry Reid to get a statement and say, hey, I'm going to put these text messages out. I don't think it was messy. I just think that she wanted to say, hey, Wiley, this is going on. You was right about Jason Lee. I'm like, oh, wow, I'll put this out there. So I just think that was her motive. I don't think she knew that I would have went live. But I have my own mind. You know, I have my own mind, my own show, and I can click the live button anytime that I want to. And I decided to click the live button and talk about it. So it was all messy. And then after that, you hear from Armon saying, wait a minute. I had a conversation with Tasha and with Larry Reid, and then we was all going to meet up in Georgia and have a conversation. And we didn't even supposed to know that information as well. So we all got into the mess.
Okay. I just encourage you to proceed with caution, but I'll still be here in the bushes watching everyone. So y'all have a good night.
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. Oh my gosh, we making sure we get to everybody. Anonymous, you live on air. Hello.
Hey Wiley, this is also
hold on, you already called in, Queen. Anonymous, you live on you on the air.
Hey, good evening, Wally.
Good evening.
Happy Easter to
Happy.
everyone.
Yes.
And if you didn't celebrate, happy Sunday.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily calling about the whole Tasha K, Armon and Larry Reid and yourself thing. I just wanted to comment on the caller that said that Kirk Franklin should keep bailing Carry On out. No disrespect. You keep bailing your grown son out. It's easy to say about someone else. You don't know the situation. You don't know what, unless you have talked to Kirk Franklin yourself, then you don't know what the situation is. And you were trying to explain to her, but she was on a roll. So, lady, if you're listening, you don't know what Kirk Franklin has done with his son. He is a grown man, and I don't think it has anything to do with his son's sexuality, why he's not, or why you think he's not coming to his rescue. And like Wiley told you, I agree. The guy's been in and out of jail. He's been having problems. So he's a grown man. And the way that you handle grown children is sometimes you let him fall and you let him fend him for himself and learn, not keep coming to his rescue. So you can go and be the one to keep bailing your child out. And I hate when people, just because his father's a pastor, stop thinking that just because pastors supposed to be, they're people too.
Absolutely.
And for the other person that said that Kirk Franklin should go singing praises or something at the jail, it doesn't work like that. People need to be realistic and just stop being so critical of someone else, because like I said, if you said you would keep bailing your son out, and you go right ahead and keep bailing your grown son out of prison or jail, but don't talk for someone else. That's all I gotta say. Let Kirk Franklin handle his affair with his son and mind your business. And he didn't ask Larry to do anything. As a matter of fact, he asked Larry to stand back. So if you listen, people start listening before you start running off at your flappers. Thank you. Have a good night. Wow.
All right. Thank you so very much. Okay. We down to 3 more callers and we're done. We want to make sure that you all thumbs up the video and subscribe. If this is your first time watching the Wiley Show, click that subscribe button. Click on, if you're liking it, you can like it on your phone. If you're on your Roku, click that like button. I have so many people y'all leaving y'all comments, so thank y'all so very much. Shout out to the moderators in the house. Thank y'all so very much. 9284, call you on air.
Hi, Wiley. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, okay. This is my first time ever calling on any one of these platforms, but I kind of just came to the chat kind of late. But I wanted to talk about Tasha K. I feel like people are really hard on her for some reason. I installed her app and I subscribed to her app and stuff like that, and I was just watching some of her videos. And I was like, she just seems like a really nice person, she really is nice. I don't think I don't think the way that people are trying to make her out to be is really how she is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's a really cool person. I'm still getting to know her. I've been watching her for a while, but really when you watch the app, you could really see how she is. And I just think that whole case, I don't think she should have lost. And I think she should have won her case. So that's what I was just calling about. And I love your channel and I love watching you. You're very funny.
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. We got another caller here.
Bye.
Bye-bye. 8027.
Hey, Wiley, it's me again. I just want to say, people are saying that this last caller that called in before hung up to address me.
Oh, hold on. We're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that addressing callers. We're addressing topics. 7441.
Yes. This whole thing is your fault.
Okay.
Tasha knows that you are so thirsty, you was going to take that text and let it all out.
Did you see that? Did you see the text? Did I release the text message? Did you see the picture of the text?
No,
I'm just asking. I read, but did you see?
live.
Did you see the text message? I read it, but did you see it? Did you see a text?
Okay, well, what you did was called black magic and put on the illusion you was reading the text. So either you lying, you was reading.
I didn't lie because Larry reconfirmed that it was a text. But what I'm saying is, I didn't show the text, and I could do what I want to do on my platform. I just want to make that plain.
Well, we're not saying you can't do what you want to do. It's called the Wiley Show, and you are Wiley. However,
so who is messy? So
viewer,
Tasha K, you said I was thirsty for fame, and I hear that. And I read it, but also other private information was leaked out to the public. I wasn't the only one that released some private information.
Yeah, you are in cahoots, as always, with Tasha K in the mess. See, just because Tasha K is covered in crap and you have covered in craps, both of y'all stink. You get that?
Well, I hear your point. I just disagree. I disagree with you because we only did it for entertainment factors. It wasn't done bad. You thought the text was bad?
Well, Wiley, I know I've been watching you for a while, and I'm sure you know this. I know how you think and how you operate. Of course, nobody wants to be labeled as a messy individual. You're just a funny guy with a great personality. But underneath that, you are covered in crap. You swim in feces. You can't help yourself. And then
go ahead.
Come on. Now, anything that got to do with Armon is gonna get your Boochie cat throbbing. So that made it even more dynamic for you. So you had to get up in this, you know what I'm saying? And personally, I agree with you. Tasha and Armon would never get together, and it lasts because they've went too far with the insults and whatnot. I don't think them two could even sit in a room together for too long, and a fight might break out. But other than that, yes, it's very entertaining. And again, I like you, but you strong in some areas, but you're very naive in others. And my heart go out to you for that, because a lot of times us producers, as you say, we see things, but you totally disregard what we're saying since we don't have our own YouTube page. I guess that eliminates us from being critical thinkers. Conscious TV, that's not your friend. I hope you know that, but I hope you know that by now. And again, when you on a public platform, you need to shield your true feelings, because when you jump out there on one side and then you turn around and drop a story to fit a narrative that's not popular, then people start saying, "Oh, Wiley is he a flip flopper," and you get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, almost every video you do, it makes me chuckle, because you know you're a funny dude. But I just want you to be cognizant of certain things, brother, and before you know it, you'll be up there with the big dog. Now, I think you could take a lot of people's spots that may have 2-3 times the subscribers you got. But, you know, if you're comfortable in your viewership, you know, keep doing your thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. All right. 3394. 3394. Okay. I'm sorry. I said 3394. 3994. I'm sorry. 3994. You're live on there. I'm sorry. I'm calling 3394. It's 3994. Go ahead.
I was like, what is he talking about? But anyway, look, I want to be a YouTuber because y'all be keeping up so much mess, and I know I can fit right in. I'm gonna do it. I promise you. I'm gonna have you against Tasha, Larry Reid lying about Kurt Franklin son calling. I'm gonna do it. I promise you. Armon don't like black women. His mama look like Evelyn Lozada. Y'all know that boy mama don't look like no damn Evelyn Lozada. I'm so sick of y'all. But anyway, look, I'm going back in the chat. And I'll talk to you later. Good show.
Lord have mercy. Why you calling in with that mess? Oh, the views and opinion of the callers and the views and opinion of the Wiley Show. Y'all doing good with no profanity. Y'all doing good. Okay, hold on. Who is next? If you already called in, we're not taking another call that already called in. We want new callers, so because we want to end the live. So if you're calling in, make sure this is your first time so we can get your thoughts. 8027.
You hung up the phone on me.
Hold on. We done. Thank you so very much. But you already called in, ma'am. 2494.
Hi, Wiley. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Okay. You know what? I agree with most of what you're saying. I don't think anything that Larry Reid was doing was malicious in any way. I do believe he was trying to get them to a point where they could just call a truce, not be friends or anything. And for the caller that said that she's trying to get Armon on her team or become friends with Armon while you're supporting her, I don't think that's what she's doing. I think Tasha is in a place where she's tired of beefing with people. You know what I'm saying? And I think she just wants to call a truce. Now, as for Armon Wiggins, it's not going to work with him and Tasha because Armon does not have a good spirit. Armon is a narcissist and he only thinks about himself. His whole problem with Tasha K was Tasha didn't give him the equipment, tell him the equipment that he needed to do his show. Basically, he wanted her to do for him what she did for Storm. And because she didn't do that, he's mad at her. They only knew each other for 30 days, but he considered them friends. No, Armon is a user. That's what he is. Now, he is entertaining. I do watch his show, but he is very entertaining. Tasha, even when the stuff went on with Tasha K and people start leaving, I would never leave Tasha K. Never leave her. Because what people accuse Tasha of doing, all of these YouTubers, to me, do the very same thing. Tasha K was found guilty of repeating hearsay information. Someone told her these things, a source, about Cardi B. Every time a YouTuber gets on their platform and go live and talk about a story that's concerning these celebrities that they didn't witness themselves, that's hearsay. All of you guys are doing the same thing. So I don't understand how people could be calling Tasha K a liar and saying she's making up stories or whatever. If she's making up stories, then all the YouTubers are making up stories. That's honestly the way I see it, because that's the way it is. As for Storm Monroe, Storm has no loyalty. He is disloyal. He keeps saying, you said that Storm said that he likes to do things on his own. Well, if he likes to do things on his own, why didn't he become a YouTuber on his own? Evidently, he couldn't do it on his own. He needed Tasha to help him. And it's okay to have people to help you. But when people help you, you should be grateful. And I'm not saying shower with praises or anything, but you can acknowledge that, yes, I was able to do this because she helped me out the goodness of her heart. Yes, they had a contract. Tasha is a businesswoman. That's what she's supposed to be, a businesswoman. If a man had done what Tasha did, he would be praised. But now, because it's Tasha and she's a woman and a black woman on top of that, she's looked down on it. People are always talking about Tasha or whatever, when a lot of these YouTubers do the very same things that she does. And so I agree with a lot of things that, with your assessments about the Tasha and Armon situation, but you should never trust Armon, for one. I do think Conscious TV is very messy. He is messy, so you need to be, wary of him as well. But I think you should nurture your relationship with Tasha, because I think Tasha is actually a good person. I'm not saying she's perfect, but no one is perfect. And as for Carry-On Franklin, you know what? I'm sure his father has gone through a lot with him, but even if he doesn't keep bailing him out of jail, I think he should support him mentally. He should be there supporting him and talking to him. You just don't turn your back on your kids, even if your kids are making you come out their pocket. You just don't do that. If you can turn your back on your own child, then I'm sorry. I don't want to be in your church, period. And that's about it.
All right.
And I love your show, Wiley.
Love you.
I really love your show. I just started watching you, but I love your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. 1989.
And I just wanted to say, I think what we're witnessing right now is the power of the Black woman. When it comes to Tasha K, what she was able to do in a matter of months, turning around her subscribers from declining to hitting 1 million again and beyond, we're seeing redemption. And it's going to be so interesting to see what happens in these YouTube streets with everyone who bet against her. You see what's going on with Armon and Jason Lee. Jason Lee is on the losing team with Cardi B. We're seeing Cardi B putting out flop after flop after flop, no ticket sales, all this stuff. And Armon's realizing this. He's looking at the business decision he made. His subscribers have frozen. He's literally supposed to be where Storm Monroe is now in terms of growth. And he lost that. So I think what we're going to see is people start reverting back to the originals from Monique, Nicki Minaj, Tasha K. These are Black women who spoke out, who stood on their own 2 feet. And now the industry, their once haters and enemies are now flocking back to them. Armon in his latest interview with T.S. Madison backed down on his hate or whatever disdain towards Nicki Minaj. He wouldn't even, go there. So it's really interesting. We're going to see a whole shift and a whole wave of people who come back to the winning team, which is Black women at the end of the day. I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. That brother said the power of Black women. That was a powerful message that brother said. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi,
Hello?
Wiley.
Hi.
Good night. I want to talk about the Tasha K. Tasha K, again, I would say, Tasha K know the assignment. That lady know exactly what she doing. You see, Tasha K, Storm, Larry Reid, they know, man, they know what they're doing. Even though Tasha K give you that information, Tasha K wanted that information to be out. Because Tasha K don't like Jason Lee. You don't think Tasha K know Jason Lee was only talking to him to get at Tasha K? So when Tasha K get that message that they're not friends, Tasha K could have keep that quiet. But she sent that to you because she wanted that to get out there to the public, to know that Jason Lee is not good. Larry Reid said that he sent a man the screenshot that he's going to send it to Tasha K, and he said okay. So they know what they were doing. And the only person they could have given this message to is Wiley, because they know Wiley loved the mess. So that's why they send it to Wiley, so Wiley can put it out there that they're not friends. They don't talk anymore. I think 2 weeks ago, man was talking about how people in the industry like to be with you or sleep with you. Something like that he was saying on his live. It could be concerning Jason Lee. Who knows? But I think Jason Lee used a man. He used him. They use him with that case with Tasha K and Cardi B. They use him. They don't really want a man in that space. And even though if Tasha K and a man link up, and he put out that Tasha K wants to link up with him, I believe Tasha K know the kind of power that a man have, know that he's very talented. But sometimes he wastes the talent in doing certain things. We love the mess. Nobody really don't want to see Tasha K and a man be friends. So I think they should be friends behind the scene, continue to drag each other, continue to say stuff about each other, but they can't be friends because we wouldn't like that. We, the public, wouldn't like that. We like to see a man call Tasha K a liar. She's a this, she's a that. We love that. And to Storm is a good person. I just think Storm is hurt. Storm and Tasha K will get over this. And who knows? These people could just be friends. They could be friends behind the scene. They're just shaking up the YouTube. And guess who in the mix? Tasha in the mix. Tasha in the mess. This lady know the assignment. She is playing the game well. She know exactly what she doing. So when all the dragging she and saying stuff about she's setting the internet on fire. All they don't want to talk about celebrities, talk about Tasha K. Talk about the YouTubers. We love the mess. Everybody who here in this chat tonight love the mess. I like Armon. I like Storm. I watch Larry Reid. I watch you. You, Wiley, did what you're supposed to do. Put out there that Jason Lee and he's no friend. Jason Lee, user man. Tasha K and all they be friends behind the scene and kill each other on all the channels, and we could watch the mess all turned down together. Good night, everybody in the chat, and Wiley continue bringing the mess. That's what they like.
All right, thank you so very much. All right. The Wiley Show is internationally. Yes. 5754, calling on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
How's it going?
All right.
I wanted to, well, one, I'm so tired of Armon. I really am. It's like, I watched his video. He's like, I'm going to insert myself because if there was no Armon, there wouldn't be a Storm. It's like, come on. Like,
And see that I want to zoom in on that point. That wouldn't have been a Storm more if it wasn't for Armon breaking up with Tasha. That's disrespectful because he's trying to downplay Storm like Storm ain't got no talent. And people act like Tasha K just shared Storm and he got to 200,000. That's not true. Storm actually put in the work to get to 200,000. And see, I gotta say this. It wasn't that Tasha K just shared because she shared my platform. Did I get to 1 million subs? Did all of her subscribers go up? No, I'm gonna have to work for every subscriber that I get. Now, it was a help that she introduced him to some winos, but let's not act like all the winos just follow him. No, Storm put in the work. I can tell you as a fact, this man would wake up in the middle of the night, release clips of videos. He would do a long videos and give you clips. Give another long video, give you clips. I mean, he was throwing out content like working on an assembly line, and we must give him credit. We must put that as a fact that the man put in the work. Tasha K, and she could get another person, right? She can get another mentee and just share them. But if they don't have the work ethic like Storm portrayed on this platform, they won't go anywhere. You must have a strong work ethic to grow on this platform. You cannot be lazy, and Storm definitely had that on his channel, and that's why he's at 200,000.
Because, like you said, no matter how much she shares him, you still have to do the work. I did also want to piggyback off the caller who said, anyone who turns their back on their kids, I don't want to go to their church. Child, Kirk Franklin don't have a church, but let's be honest. Just like sometimes you have to let go of a toxic parent, sometimes kids are toxic too. Once they're grown, like, sometimes you have to just let them go and allow God to just use them. Give them back to God and keep it pushing, because now look, Kirk Franklin is all in the news for something that he didn't even do. It's what his son has going on. But everyone is attaching Kirk Franklin's name to it. So for that caller, I'm just like, whatever. And as far as Larry Reid goes, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I also feel like they gave you that information for a reason, and now they're trying to say, oh, well, this, and this. Listen, they gave you the information. They wanted it to be shared. I feel like it was kind of set up for the okie doke. That's just my opinion, but that's all I had to say. But thank you again, Wiley. I enjoy the show. All right. Thank you so very much. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. If you're calling in, wow. We in Monday. We started out on a Sunday. Now we in Monday doing the show. 5166. Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I love you.
Love you. Thank you.
Okay. All of y'all, like the man said, all of y'all is stinky in y'all own little way. Like, all of y'all got y'all crack with y'all. And y'all very simple. I love all of y'all, first of all. And all of y'all have y'all own little thing with y'all, and we watch y'all all the time, so we can see stuff that y'all think we can't see. Like, we pick up on shade, we pick up on the passive aggressiveness that y'all have between one another. And it's just very apparent that all of y'all are very similar. I feel like all of y'all should be friends and hang out, and y'all should be closer than what y'all are.
I agree. And I agree because you never know. We may meet up and be the best friend. Most of us have never met and been in the same room together, right? So we all giving our commentary.
I think y'all would have a good time. Like, y'all are very compatible, especially you, Tasha, and Storm, and Armon. Very, very similar.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And you never know. I think Larry said he wants to do a conference. So that would be amazing that he do a conference like that, because that would get people to tune in and all of that. So that would be great if he ever was to do that and bring the Black YouTubers together and do that a 2-day conference. I think that would be amazing. And the subscribers go and support.
I love all of y'all. I hope all of y'all get, be successful, and I just love watching y'all. That's it.
All right. Thank you so very much. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye. All right. 3179.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I just had two things I wanted to say. The first thing, I've got to go back and listen to when you spoke with Larry. I hadn't heard that yet, but I was shocked that Larry would even be upset about that. Like, Larry exposed any and everything. He just exposed his ex-wife, Lisa, for her and her daughter fighting. So I was surprised. I don't think you did anything wrong. And I think with Armon and Tasha, like, I think they just have a co-working relationship. Like, everybody not gonna get along. But I think that there's some respect there. Like, maybe when she was going through with Cardi B, she may have reached out or whatever. So I don't think it was anything messy. And I mean, as much stuff that Armon talks about Tasha, I don't blame her for passing it along and letting it be known. The whole situation with her and Storm, I was looking at his video, I think it was last night, and did he have a channel before he got with Tasha K?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. Because when I was listening to him, to me, what I got from it was that I don't think that Tasha did him a favor. Like, I think it was a job opportunity. Just like the only difference was the compensation was to help him build his channel. It seemed to me like what I got from that video was that he had a channel. No, it wasn't as successful as it is now, but he was, building up to that point. Tasha contacted him for whatever reason. She, we had a job opportunity, and he accepted the job opportunity. And so they worked out compensation the way they did. And I think, like, they were shading his mom and saying that, she was sleeping on the back mattress. But people all the time, like, when they moved he moved from one side of the country to the next. People all the time sell their furniture and move to the country and start all over again. I mean, buying furniture isn't that difficult. So him sleeping on the mattress for a period of time, I don't think that was anything to be ashamed of. I think somebody, spreading it low and busting it wide for a man in jail should be ashamed, because you have an opportunity to live, to sleep elsewhere, and you coming over there sleeping on the mattress. Now that should be shameful. So I don't see it as like Tasha gave him or did him a favor and he's obligated. I think it was an opportunity, and he accepted the job opportunity just like anyone, would take a job opportunity. And when it's time to move on, it's time to move on. That's my thought. Thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. All right. 7144, calling on air. 7144, you're welcome. You're live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, how are you, Wiley?
Doing what?
How are you? I'm calling because I don't see a lot of people.
You sound. Hold on 1 second, ma'am. You sound so far away. Do you have me on speaker?
Well, you're actually on my headphones. I think I need to take out my headphones.
Okay, yes, because we want to hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Like the video, you guys. Click that like button. We got about 2,000 people watching us on all platforms. We're streaming
Yes.
on Twitch, Twitter, and
Can
also
you hear me
YouTube.
now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so first I want to say I love your show.
Thank you.
I love all of you guys' show. I've been watching for years, and I'm agreeing with the last caller. Like from what I seen with Storm video yesterday, yeah, that's what I got too. Like, you know, he was actually going to California, but instead Tasha hit him up, and he thought that was a better opportunity for him than him going to California. Anybody would have took that deal, especially because Tasha is big on YouTube, you know, and I don't see a lot of people talking about how you and Larry Reid, you know, handled. It's not an altercation or no beef, but the way you guys handle it, I feel like every YouTuber should handle it like that. Every person in the world should handle it like that, because it doesn't make no sense to have like beef literally over the internet. It don't make no sense.
I agree.
But that's all I wanted to say.
That's true. And when you have a disagreement, talk to the person, right? And let's resolve it. And it was great that we was able to talk. He apologized, and it was that, and I forgive him. We was able to have that, you know, that conversation. It was great, and it's good to have, and especially publicly, so people can understand how to handle their differences, because we did it publicly. Yes. So thank you for bringing awareness to that.
Yeah, and keep on doing what you're doing. I love all of y'all, and I just wish one day everybody could just be on the same page, just like how you and Larry was talking, getting everybody together. I feel like that's a great idea too.
Facts.
And I would love to be there.
Yes. Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem. Have a wonderful night.
All right, you too.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
All right. Thank y'all so very much for calling in and giving your thoughts. We want to say thank you to Dr. Larry D. Reid for coming on the show. We want to thank him for coming on. Thank you so very much. We thank everybody that gave, that watched, that clicked the video. Thank you to all the moderators. We will see y'all again for another show tomorrow. Well, later on today. Thank you all so very much. I'm still not able to go to sleep because I got to tape another pre-recorded video and release it to you guys. So we thank you so very much for that. And we will see you on the next live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member, we have that for we're going to do a members only live this week. So if you still got time to join us, so joining us our members only live. And also too, if you want to follow us on Patreon, we also have a Patreon for people that do want to follow us. Patreon /The Wiley Show, patreon.com/The Wiley Show. Thank you so very much. And we will see y'all in the next live. Thank you. We had 1,000 people in the chat. Won't he do it? That's a blessing. That's what I said. Patience. Just be patient. You will get there. Whatever you aspire to be, just be consistent, put in the work, and be patient. You will get there. Thank you so very much for that. And we're done. Y'all have a good night. Peace.